What's going on, guys, and welcome back to WWE Network and Chill, where I, Graham G.S. Matthews, break down all the original content I watch on the WWE Network as well as on Peacock. And today we're talking the April 17th, 2021 edition of Talking Smack. I will preface this video by saying this: I am very far behind on a lot of the Peacock content. I just watched this yesterday on time, so there is that. But I've yet to watch the Chronicle on Edge and the Broken Skull Sessions featuring Chris Jericho. So both of those reviews, I have no idea when they'll be up. I hope to watch them maybe tomorrow or today. I have no idea. Whenever I have the time. They will be up eventually. They'll be very late, but they will be up eventually. That's as far as the channel is concerned. The video upload schedule's been all over the fucking place just because I've been extremely busy. A lot of interviews going up. So again, if you're not already subscribed, please do so. This last week alone, we've had interviews with the all-new Intercontinental Champion Apollo Crews, the all-new SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair. We've had CM Punk here on the channel. Never thought I'd be saying that, but we got CM Punk. My interview with William Regal from last week is also live too from Wednesday. So again, a lot of interviews you want to check out here on the channel by subscribing and never missing a video. As far as Talking Smack is concerned from Saturday, I thought this was a good show. Shorter than Raw Talk. It was around 26 minutes this week, which was good. And that was even with Rude and Ziggler, because this was a champion edition. No Roman Reigns, but the other SmackDown champions were on the show. That's even with Rude and Ziggler just coming and going. I think they came in, made fun of Caleb Braxton, said they haven't gotten any sleep, and then they were going to bed, so they just walked off. So that was the show. The thing is, though, is that even though they filmed this yesterday, they act like it's being filmed on Saturday morning when it airs. So why would Rude and Ziggler wake up to go to Talking Smack and then just go right back to bed? Why bother even showing up in the first place? You know? But anyway, Heyman questions why he's not in the new intro. He says, Freddie Blassie's in there and he's dead. You see Hogan slamming Andre, well, Andre's dead. Why am I not in the intro? Blah, blah, blah. The first guest they have on beyond Rude and Ziggler is the all-new SmackDown Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, who we just got done talking about here on the channel in an exclusive interview. Cheap plug aside, she does show off her new side plates, which look great. And she said that her whole goal was to prove herself as the best against the best in Sasha Banks, and she feels that she did that. She wants to be a fighting champion. She brings up Bayley, who challenged her on SmackDown this week. They're going to run it back. I think they're tied 1 win apiece in singles competition, so maybe they'll run it back at the next pay-per-view. I don't know. Probably before then, but I think Banks and Belair at some point would be a great feud. Again, a great match because they work so well together. This was very interesting, but she brings up how, she's beaten Bayley before. She beat Banks at WrestleMania. Her new goal is to pin every member of the 4 Horsewomen. And I don't know. Charlotte's on Raw, and they've had their history, and Charlotte has beaten her before. But with Becky, it's like, she's not around right now. Could Becky come back to SmackDown instead of Raw? That, to me, is very interesting. So keep an eye out on that comment, because we could be seeing Becky come back. I don't think so. I think she goes back to Raw. But we could see Becky come back and go right after Belair on the SmackDown side of things. I don't know. But yeah, Heyman says, he gives her the usual pep talk. You can very much tell that Heyman is high on Bianca Belair. He was in charge of Raw at the tail end there when Bianca got called up to the Raw roster, so you could tell that he was always high on her. And he tells her that she has a target on her back now, and to just be careful, but essentially plays her up as a star and praises her title win and all this other stuff, which was cool. The last person they have on is Apollo Crews with Commander Aziz, I believe is his new name, the former Babatunde. Did I say Commander? I meant General. I think is it General or is it Commander? I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's Commander. Yeah, Commander Aziz, the former Babatunde, the former Dabba-Kato, whatever the hell you want to call him. Caleb Braxton takes a picture of Apollo with the Intercontinental Championship, which was funny. Apollo, another guy that was here on the channel in the last couple of days, so check out that exclusive interview as well. That was right after he won the Intercontinental Championship. But anyway, Apollo said there were no rules at WrestleMania. There were no rules at WrestleMania, and that was why he had the interference, and it's not his fault for thinking ahead. And then Kayla also brought up that you've had several shots at the championship before and fallen short, and he gets very pissed off at that. He cuts her off and says, it doesn't matter what's happened before. All that matters is the present, and that I'm the new Intercontinental Champion. He doesn't explain the General or the Commander Aziz relationship. Maybe at some point we will. I don't think we ever got an explanation for why Styles and Omos are together, for the record. So I'm not banking on it, but that's what this company is just great at, is doing things that don't make a lot of sense or just not explaining stuff when it comes to whatever. So anyway, he says he will take on all challengers as the Intercontinental Champion. And then Heyman butts in and says, listen, Big E is not done with you. And Cruz praises him and says, Heyman, we've known each other for a very long time. You gave me my first real opportunity on Raw when I was the United States champion, because Heyman was writing Raw at that point, so you could tell he liked Apollo Crews. But anyway, he says that Big E does not have what it takes to take back what he has, and that's the Intercontinental Championship. And he gets really intense and whatever before continuing to celebrate his championship victory. Heyman takes the floor from there to talk to the camera as the show goes off the air, saying that everyone is envious of Roman Reigns because he was in the WrestleMania main event. Roman Reigns is the be-all, end-all. He plays up his stack pin at WrestleMania over Edge and Daniel Bryan, who were conspicuous by their absence. I didn't expect them to be on the show. They weren't going to do anything, but they were conspicuous by their absence on SmackDown this week. And I forgot what Heyman said at the end. He either said that Roman will wrestle next week, and that's not a prediction, that's a spoiler. I think he just said Roman Reigns will be on the show next week. I forgot what he said he was doing or saying or whatever, but again, he said it was not a prediction, but rather a spoiler. Good episode of Talking Smack. It was cool to get all the champions. Rude and Ziggler, I like the guys, but there really wasn't much more for them to say here. Their reign just kind of is what it is. So then them coming in and then going very quickly did not bother me. That meant more time for Bianca. It meant more time for Heyman at the end there. It meant more time for Apollo Crews. And I thought all of them did very well at the time they were given. So a good episode of Talking Smack this week for April 17th, 2021. Again, I apologize for all my content being greatly delayed on the review side of things, on the YouTube side of things. Everything will be up eventually. It might take me 10 years, but everything will be up at some point. So keep an eye out for that. Have a great rest of your weekend, guys. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.